Good morning. Hump day! Mike. How's everybody doing? Oh, Riley got up quick for a second. So, I heard something good on procrastination yesterday. We talked about procrastination the other day, and the big thing that I want you to remember is, never label yourself. So, you are not a procrastinator, okay? That's not the way that it works. If you identify yourself with something like that, then that is who you will become. So if you have a procrastination issue, which we all do, okay, so first of all, let's understand that everybody procrastinates on something, always. That's kind of always happening. So it's always out there. So don't think, oh, I'm the only one that this happens to. Wrong. Everybody procrastinates on stuff now and then or often. But if you procrastinate on important things, then you have a tendency. That's all that you have. It's a little bit of a habit. It's a tendency. But I heard it put this way yesterday. I thought this was really good. Procrastination is a lot about confidence. I mean, when we don't do something, why is it that we don't do something? Fear, because we're fearful about what's going to happen. So, or what's not going to happen, or, remember, all fear comes down to two things. I'm not enough and I won't be loved. That's what every fear comes down to. So when we procrastinate, we're doing it out of fear, that we're worried about what's going to happen or what's not going to happen, or it's not going to work out, or we're not going to be enough, or whatever. So this is the whole idea of little things become big things, because procrastination is a lot about confidence. If you've got confidence in something, you don't procrastinate. I mean, the reason that people, when they become financially independent, work harder is because it's not work, it becomes fun. When you reach financial freedom and you can do whatever you want during the day, well, suddenly now getting up early in the morning is easy because you're doing the things that you want to do. That's why financial freedom is so important, because it puts you in that mindset. Talk about a happy, long, fulfilled life. Well, if every day you got up and you did the things that you really wanted to do, well, obviously that's going to be a pretty fulfilling life and a pretty fulfilling day. So procrastination is about confidence. So the way to break through that is to simply do it. I mean, remember that the only way to get past something is to go through it. When you try to go around, when you try to go over, when you try to go under, that doesn't work. When you've got a block that you need to deal with, when you've got a fear, or you've got whatever it is, you have to go through it. So the way to go through it is have little things become big things. So a good idea, write down right now or today or within the next hour, what are 2 or 3 things that you've been needing to do that you haven't done? Make them little things and then do them and check them off the list. And what that will do is give you confidence about getting things completed. And, a lot of times the reason that we don't do something is because we get this idea about time, that it's going to take a certain amount of time. Well, ask yourself, okay, this thing that you're putting off, how much time will it really take? We have 1,440 minutes in every day. So how much time do you really need in order to get this stuff done? And what you're going to find out is it's most of the time these things take you 5 minutes, maybe 20, maybe an hour. And it's like, okay, well, set aside the hour. Set aside the hour tomorrow or the next day or the next day. And before you know it, suddenly it's like, okay, time isn't really the issue. It never is the issue. The issue is that you got to go through this fear and do it. So remember that procrastination is almost always about confidence. And the way to get confident is to do the little things. The little things become big things. So write down something that you've been needing to do that you haven't done. Write down 2 things, write down 3 things. And then, if you can right now at 4:45 in the morning, go ahead. But as soon as you can, do those things. Make the call. It's almost always a phone call. Make the call. Pick up the phone and call the person and have the conversation. Do the memo that you need to do. Do the exercise that you need to do. Whatever it is, Write it down and do it today, and then make those little things, and then celebrate them. Remember to celebrate those little successes, because as we keep saying, those little things become big things. But procrastination is about confidence, and I want you to get that it's a tendency, it's not who you are, that everybody does it all the time. We've all got things that we need to do that we're putting off. We go and do other stuff first. I remember when I was in college, I'd get up to go study, and suddenly I would clean my entire room because I felt like I was accomplishing something, but I was procrastinating from studying because I didn't want to study. Good thing was the room wasn't very big, so it didn't take long, and it was completely clean. So everybody has this tendency. It's about confidence, and the way to get past it is to go through it. And you go through it by simply accomplishing some little things, and then celebrate them, and then go on to the next things, and then go on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And before you know it, you're no longer going to be procrastinating in those issues. And I think that you'll find that it's about fear, and usually we use our excuse of time. That's a big one for me. And when we really sit down and think about how much time is it going to take to do this item, what we find is it's not going to take that much time. So break through, write down 3 things. Write down 3 things that you've been needing to do. I'm going to do the same thing. I've already got them in my head, and they're all phone calls. Write down 3 things that you've needed to do that you haven't done. And then as soon as you can pick up the phone or do whatever it is that you got to do, get it done. Then check it off, and then celebrate it, and pat yourself on the back. Reach your hand. I actually did this yesterday when I got something right when I was driving in the car. I put my hand up, I leaned forward, and I patted myself on the back. Reward yourself when you do things right, because then your brain's going to go, hey, that's a good idea. That is what we call neurolinguistic programming. And Dolores asked me to talk a little bit more about that. So for the next couple of days, we'll talk about neurolinguistic programming stuff. That's really great stuff, great tools, and we can give you guys some tools as you head into the weekend. So, my Uncle Bill, thanks for watching. Dolores, thanks for watching. You guys are on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great Wednesday. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.